Okay. All right, we're recording. Okay, so this is the Go Ruby, Go Emerald Zoom. And obviously y'all have questions. I know that some of y'all feel like you're kind of stuck or whatever you want to say, but we've all been there. So I just kind of want to do this Zoom to just kind of tell you like that's okay, like you're not alone. If you want to take notes, feel free to do that. If you want to like ask questions in the chat, like I said, go ahead and do that. And then if we have time to get to them, then we can. I'm going to try to make this like a quick 25-30 minute Zoom, not like a whole hour or anything. Because I know that y'all want to work so that you can go and promote. So, okay. So somebody said, I'm just going to read the responses and then kind of like touch on all of them. So the first one was, I said, just for people watching, I said, I sent a voice text to just basically ask like how everybody's doing and how they feel about this month, and everybody's very honest, which I appreciate. And so somebody said, to be completely honest, I'm struggling. It feels like I'm doing something wrong. I get feedback saying, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I want to order. And then nothing happens after that. I don't know if it's me, but I'm 679 in volume away from hitting my promotion. I just need more tips. Okay, so the biggest thing for that I want to just like hit on, and maybe you're already doing this, but I would assume that you're not. If you're talking to as many people as you should be every day, which is as many people as you possibly can, just quick messaging them and saying, you know, hey, would you be interested in being a product model? Whatever you want to do, whatever your message and method is, that's fine. But the sealing the deal is what's going to get you or not. So if you're messaging 100 people a day, you should be signing people. So if you're not, then it's probably what you're saying. And if you're not messaging enough people, then that's a good place to start, is just starting to message more. So what I want to say to that is you have to, number one, be confident in what you're saying. So know that the products work and that we have the best products that are out there. The 90-day challenge plan is the best thing ever. We have an amazing customer program. And if you go into your conversation thinking all of those things, it's so simple to seal the deal with people. So I'm going to give you just an example conversation of some girl that I was talking to. And so I had actually messaged her before and she didn't reply to me. So let me just show you this, okay? Because I think that it would encourage you, because a lot of y'all are like, oh my gosh, like I'm messaging all these people, none of them replied. That's so normal. That is so normal. And the girl that I'm about to sign up right now has ghosted me like 87,623 times. So just know that it's okay. And that sometimes people come back like 2 years later, literally 2 years later, and they decide they want to order. So this girl, hopefully it doesn't show her name because I don't want it to. But so the gray is me, obviously. So she's responding. Nothing. Kept voting on my polls. Voted on another. Oh, shoot. Voted on another poll. Oh my gosh. I cannot do this. Voted on another poll. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do that again. Okay. And then she just kept voting on polls. I kept messaging her. And then she sent me a message, and I sent her a message. And she stopped replying again. And then today she said, can I ask you a question about the hair, skin, nail vitamins? Randomly out of the blue, okay? So this is what I said. And the whole conversation is exactly how I would normally do it. So she said, I said, yeah, of course. And then she asked me a question, and I said, oh my gosh, I love the hair, skin, and nails. And like she said something else too. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly how mine was. So I just kind of like was super personal with her. And I was like, mine was the exact same way. I chopped it off. It wouldn't grow. And then I said, I love the hair, skin, and nails. They're normally $55 for a month's treatment, but they're only $33 when you do the 90-day challenge. These are my personal results. And I sent her my personal results. Guys, I signed so many customers because I've got my own personal results, or because I've at least tried the product. Like maybe you don't have results from Keto Coffee yet, but you've at least tasted it. So you're like, I'm getting my own results right now. It tastes so good. It tastes like this. People can relate to that better than like, oh yeah, here's Susie's picture from Pinterest that I found. You know, it's a lot more personal. So if you don't have your own results, use someone on the teams who you can say, this is so-and-so's results, and put a name with it, and then get your own results by running your auto shipments. Use these products because that's going to be a game changer for your business. So then she said, blah, 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 like, I tried everything. It's one of my insecurities. I've tried biotin, nothing works. I said that didn't work for me either. I tried biotin, prenatals, horse shampoo, coconut oil treatments, and nothing helped me. This was just in 3 months. And then I sent her another before and after from me. And I said, so with a 90-day challenge, you get to try any products that you want with my discount, and it unlocks free shopping sprees. All you do is get at least one product of your choice each month for 3 months in a row, and you'll get access to recipes and workout tips. Sound good? Always. Whenever they're like, oh, cool, like that sounds so cool, I love that product, I'm like, okay, great. Here's what the 90-day challenge is. Sound good? And then they say, yes, or they say like, oh, well, yeah, but I'm going to order on Friday whenever I get paid. And then either way, like I get their contact info. And so I said, okay, like let me get your contact information. I'll tell you what I said with her in just a second because hers is a little bit different. But then I'll say, okay, great. Can I get your contact info? It'll be easier than using DM. And they give me their number. I message them and I say, this is Morgan from Insta. If all they said was like, yeah, that sounds good, then I'll message them and I'll say, okay, I'm so excited to help you order your hair, skin, and nails and cleanse. Are your billing and shipping addresses the same? Notice that at no point in this whole entire conversation did I say, are you ready to order? I never said, okay, cool. Well, did you want to order now or did you want to order later? Like I never gave them another option. I just said like, okay, perfect. So we're going to go ahead and place your order. And then literally sometimes people will be like, yeah, they're the same. And I'm like, great. I just need the info on this highlighted portion of the order form. Send that to me and I'll go ahead and put your order in and you're going to get free shipping if it's over $49. That's a deal we have going on. And then the free gift. I'm like, I'm so excited to help you get your order in. And then they're like, okay. And they send me the info literally on the spot. And people are so worried about sending an order form because they're like, oh my gosh, like what if they're weird about giving me their card info? It's only weird if you make it weird. It's not weird otherwise. Like people give me their card info all the time. I literally just got a girl's right now that as soon as I get off the Zoom, I've got to place her order. And it's not the girl I was just telling you about with the hair, skin, and nails. It's a different girl. And so people are willing to do that, especially if you're personal in your messages and just show that you're not a robot. You're not just sending copied and pasted messages. So with this girl, she was like, how do I take them? Once a day or what? I told my mom about you and what you sell, and she's going to buy, and I'm going to tell her about all this in case she wants to buy too. She's also from Michigan. I was like, oh, yay, that's so fun. Just 2 vitamins a day, and I take mine at night whenever I brush my teeth. She said, awesome, let me talk with her. I said, perfect. Can I get your number? So I didn't want the conversation to end with like, I'll talk to her. Okay, let me know. Or, okay, cool. Well, when can you talk to her? I'll check in with you this day. No, she's not waiting to order. Like, I can go ahead and get her order in now. Like, why would I wait for her mom? So I said, okay, let me get your contact info. And then I got her information. And then I said, hey, so excited to help you order. We're going to go ahead and get your order in. And then if your mom wants to add hers later, you can totally do that. And so then I was just like, are your billing and shipping addresses the same? And I'm waiting for her to reply. So like, it's not complicated, but I think we sometimes overthink what we say, and it's not hard. So does anybody have any questions about what I just said that they want to like unmute themselves, or if you want to put something in the chat just about, hey, just about that conversation that I just was telling y'all? Do y'all have any questions? Okay. So we're going to move on. And if y'all do have a question or you think of one later, put it in the chat and then I can go back to it. So that's something that's super simple. So make sure that you're keeping it very systemized. And like, I do the exact same conversation with every single person. And then if I go over to a text and I say, are your billing and shipping addresses the same? And they say, yeah, they're the same. And they don't yet tell me that they can't order already. And then I'm like, hey, give me the info on the highlighted portion of the order form. And they're like, oh, well, I can't order until Friday because I get paid that day. Or they're like, I can't order yet because I don't have the money. And I say, that's fine. When will you get the money? Like, are you waiting for a payday? And then they'll say, yes, I'll get the day that they're getting paid. And I'll say, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and send me that info because spots are filling fast. I don't want you to lose yours so you can get the discount. And I'll reserve your spot by you sending me that info. I won't place the order yet. I'll text you on Friday before I place the order to make sure everything's good to go. Then I'll put that order in for you and send you a confirmation whenever I'm done. They're a lot less likely to back out if they've already given you their contact info. And then I always text them before and say, hey, is everything good to go? And then they say yes, or they'll say like, no, my money hasn't gone through yet. And then I'll place their order whenever it's a good time for them on that day. Okay, super, super simple. Again, all of this stuff is in our team page. If you go to PLC Combo in the scripts album, you can see all the stuff that I just said. Okay, somebody said, I feel like I've been struggling to get LCs lately. They're coming in slower, not at all. I post and I message, and maybe I need to message more. I just had a crazy weekend, so I wasn't in it all the way. I also feel like I've been in a funk lately, not motivated whenever I should be, and the Zoom last night, though, pumped me up. Okay, so the biggest thing for that, guys, you have to do personal development every single day. Every single day. And every day that you miss in this business, like I always say, take your days off wisely, because every day that you take off in this business where you don't do anything for your business, it takes you 2 whole days to get back into it. Why? Because you're super behind because you didn't do follow-ups. You didn't message anyone. You don't have anyone to message because you didn't follow anyone new. And you, like, it's the same thing because we don't have a storefront, but it's the same thing as like Walmart randomly shutting their doors one day. Like, they're open every single day, 7 days a week. So for them to shut their door on a random Thursday, people will be like, what? Like, did Walmart, are they closing down? Like, did they shut their doors? Like, are they not a thing anymore? People will be really confused. And so it's the same thing with us. Like, we have to show people that every single day we are open and we are ready to take their business. We are ready to help them order. And so, guys, my life is crazy too. Like, yeah, I have super crazy days, especially whenever I first got started with this. I was in school and I was working 2 jobs. I was a waitress full-time. Well, as full-time as you can be as a waitress. And I was also working full-time as an assistant manager at Finish Line. So I literally was so stinking busy that I didn't have time to do things every single day for my business. But guess what? I made time because I was sick of not having time. Like, I was sick of working 2 jobs. And I knew that if I worked hard enough, I did not have to work 2 jobs anymore. I was sick of never having money. I was sick of being broke. So I put in that work and I put in that effort even whenever it wasn't convenient for me, because I knew that on those days where I really pushed myself and stretched myself to work no matter what, those were the days where where it counted. Like, I literally grew myself and I was like, dang, if I can work today, I can work any day. And so I don't take days off. And it sounds crazy, but like, I don't want to. I'm passionate about what I do and I love this business so much. It doesn't seem like work. I literally get paid to message people and to help other people get products that are life-changing and to help people join a business that totally changed my life too. So it's not hard, but you have to work every single day. To take those days off, it's going to be really hard for you to get back in it, because guess what? You're not going to be as motivated as you were whenever you're doing it consistently every single day, because you're not seeing results whenever you're not working. And if you're not seeing results, you're not going to be as motivated, right? So you cannot just take a whole weekend off. But doing personal development every single day is what's going to motivate you and keep you excited and inspired to continue to work your business. They always say your paycheck will never exceed your personal development. So if you stop doing personal development, your paycheck's going to stop going up because you're not growing yourself anymore. You're not reinventing yourself. You're not doing anything new. So that's one thing that I would say about that one. And if you feel like you're struggling with signing up loyal customers, ask yourself if you have personal results. Ask yourself if you're using the products. And if you are you posting about using the products? Like, yeah, you're using the greens. Okay, cool. But does everyone know that? Like, there's not a single person on my social media who wonders, I wonder if Morgan's ever tried keto coffee. No one wonders that because I post about it all the time, every single day. But guess what I sell the most of? Keto coffee. And guess what else I sell a lot of? Weight loss packs. Why? Because I have my own results. And some of y'all don't need to lose weight, and that's totally fine. You're not at a disadvantage because guess what? Every single person in this business has weight loss results. Use theirs. Talk about somebody else and what this has done for them, and just talk about how, I'm not somebody who needs to lose weight, and I know there's people on here who can totally relate to that. But if you are looking to lose weight, my friend Morgan has amazing weight loss results using our products, and I would love to help you get started on the same system she used. Boom. So simple. So if there's a product that you're not able to use because you're pregnant, breastfeeding, or you don't need to lose weight, whatever it is, that's fine. But don't limit yourself. Like, show people that you're using these products, because if you're passionate and excited about something, that's contagious. And people will sit there and be like, why is this girl still talking about keto coffee 7 or 8 months later every single day? There must be something to that coffee. Like, there must be something, it must be a big deal, because she won't shut up about it. So be like that. Be that excited about the products, and people were gonna flock to you. And guess what? If people don't like your posts, they're still watching you. So don't take a post down because you're like, oh my gosh, I did not get any likes. I go and look at some ambassadors' pages sometimes, and I'm like, oh, she only got 5 likes on that before and after picture. That's how it is. But I don't worry about the likes on my page or anything like that, because I don't care. All I need are for people to be interested and for me to be able to message people and to share exactly whatever I'm using and whatever I love. So that's what I do. So don't take a day off, because every time that you do, it's really hard to get back in. Struggling with signing LCs, just get passionate about the products and message more. If you feel like you could message more, then you're probably not messaging enough. Like, if you can sit here and be like, I should probably message more people, then you're not messaging enough. Because if you were, you would be like, there's literally no way I could message any more than what I'm doing right now. So if you feel like that, you should probably message more. And then use the tools I told you a second ago to seal the deal. Okay, I see comments coming, but I can't look because I'm super ADD, so I want to make sure that I stay focused, and then I'll go back to this. Okay, so somebody said, I have a ton of potential customers and distributors, but they're all starting to ignore my messages. What do I do? Find new ones. Find new ones. Like, who cares? Like, you can't make somebody want this business for themselves more than they want it for themselves. Like, you can't want this for them more than they want it for themselves. So if you, I always say this, if you have to convince them to join the business, you're going to have to convince them to stay. So if you have a potential distributor who's not excited about this opportunity and they're not ready, that's okay. Because sometimes it's just not their time. I don't know if y'all know who Chrissy is. I know that Elisa knows who Chrissy is, but Chrissy, she watched me, y'all, since 2015, and she joined this year. 2015, and she talked to me since 2015. I followed up with that girl like periodically for the last 3 years, and it took her that long to sign up. But guess what? It wasn't her time in 2015. If she had joined then, she probably would have quit. But because she waited until she was ready, and I kept following up with her, guess who she joined with? The person who wouldn't shut up and leave her alone. Me, I kept following up with her. And I showed her that I cared, that I was intentional about that. And one thing that she said, she was like, I know that you're going to be able to help me because you messaged me so much before I even joined the business. So I knew that you were the one that I wanted to join with. And so be that person that follows up, but do not ever wait on someone who says that they're going to sign up just because they're like, yeah, I'm going to order on Friday. Do not sit back and be like, okay, cool, that's the last order that I need for my promotion. All done. Just going to wait for Friday and let that order go through. Never, ever, get excited about people saying that they're going to order, but never, ever put so much stock into what they say that you just stop working because you're like, okay, perfect. That was the last potential distributor that I needed. She said she's going to sign up tomorrow, so I'm not going to worry about distributors anymore. My chart will be filled. No, because number one, we're in this business to change lives, and there are other people out there who need this business too besides just that person. Number two, until they're in the system, they could always back out. So you never, ever take what they say and you're like, okay, perfect, I'm done. So always be finding new people. If they don't want it, then they don't want it. Like, they'll want it later. They'll come back later whenever they're ready as a distributor, or they'll come back later whenever they're ready to order the products. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And if you really put it into perspective, you have 20 people who told you they were going to order and they all backed out. Well, guess what? There's 7 billion people in the world, so go find somebody else. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. Somebody asked how much volume. How do you see how much volume you need to rank up? You just get your chart out, see where everybody is. If there's somebody at 150 and somebody at 250, then you need 400 in volume left, right? Because you're subtracting 400 about 150. and then 400 minus 250, and you add that together, that's how much volume. Okay, so Catherine said on here, she said, Sierra, I know your pain, but I always tell myself it's my job to get the LCs and not them. Oh, because somebody said, where is it? Oh, I missed this one. I'm sorry. Honestly, I was about to be blocked in, but then all my distributors under me quit. I'm starting from scratch all over again. I'm really struggling to sign DTs, but I'm able to sign LCs. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever I look at a chart, okay, and I don't care if it's an executive chart or if it's a presidential diamond chart. I don't care what rank you're going for. Here's how I want you to approach your chart, okay? No matter how overwhelming you may feel like it is. I want you to look at that and I want you to say every single box is my responsibility. To fill it with a distributor, that's my job. To fill it with volume, that's my job. I never once have ever looked at a chart and said, okay, so Elisa's here and she's a Ruby. So she's a Ruby on my chart. So she needs to sign up 5 distributors. I need to get 1 on my top line. And then I need Cassie over here to sign 15 distributors. No. I said, okay, she needs 5, she needs 15, and that I need 1 on my top line. So I guess I need to get 21 distributors because that's how many I need for my promotion. And my promotion is my promotion. And Elisa is amazing, but I am not going to bank on her for my promotion because it's my promotion. I take full responsibility for that. So whether she shows up and gets the work done or not, that's not on her. That's on me. Or that's not on me, that's on her, but I'm still going to promote. And so I have that drive where I'm like, it doesn't matter what my team does. Yeah, I want them running with me. Yeah, I'm going to train them to the best of my ability. Yeah, I'm going to work one-on-one with them. I'm going to give them the tools that they need. But at the end of the day, it's my promotion. And I have responsibility for that. But then I also, on the flip side of that, look at it as if Mark, our CEO, came up to me and he said, all right, Morgan, this is your promotion. And I want you to get this promotion. But you're not allowed to sign up anyone. You only can get this promotion by helping your team sign everybody themselves. That's how I look at my promotions. What does that do? Number 1, it's on me. It's my responsibility. Number 2, I'm helping my team so freaking much that they are getting their stuff done if they want it. Because not everybody on your chart's going to want it. They're just not. You're never, ever, 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 ever going to have a chart where every single person on your chart's working. You're never going to do that. And I guarantee you can ask anybody in this business, even the number 1 income earners, not everybody's going to do this. Because not everybody gets it like you do. But that doesn't stop you, because I had people quit right before I went diamond. Y'all listen to this, okay? This is going to encourage y'all, hopefully, because this was a crap show, to say the least. So I joined in October of 2014. So next month, it'll be 4 years. 2 months in, I promoted to executive. 2 months after that, I went Ruby. I said 2 months after that. Okay, it's fine. 2 months after that, so 4 months in, I went Ruby, and then I sat there for a whole entire year. I sat at Ruby, and I remember completing my steps of success. Like, I was signing up distributors like crazy. I was signing 3 to 7 distributors a month easily, sometimes more. And I was signing up those people, and I was signing up volume like crazy. Like, I was a very high paid Ruby. I was making like over $1,000 a month if I included my fast starts with my paychecks. Like, I was very high paid Ruby, but I couldn't promote. And I was like, what the heck is wrong? Like, what's happening? And it was because, number 1, I didn't know that I needed to help my team as much as I really didn't need to. Like, I didn't realize how much I needed to help them. I like that whole, this is my responsibility. Yeah, that's so, so, so important. But that's why I told you the flip side of that is that I should have been helping them more than I was helping them. But at the same time, they all quit because none of them wanted it. And do y'all know how many people are still in this business from my diamond chart? 1. And it's Macy, and she's about to go double diamond. That's the only person that's left in this business on my team from my diamond chart. Every single other person quit. So December rolls around, and this is December before I promote to Diamond, so I'm still a Ruby. December, I get on a free cruise. I earned like a free cruise from the company. And so I got to on this free cruise, talked to all these people, got so excited, so motivated, get to events, AKA green carpet, one team, one missions, whatever, get to events because they pump you up. I left there and I got so fired up. I was like, you know what? Nobody is stopping me from getting this promotion. It's happening in January. It's happening. It's going to happen in January. You know what happened in January? For Diamond, you need 3 rubies. One of my rubies quit, canceled her whole entire account, her whole leg. I built the whole entire thing for her. She canceled her account, so I could not use anything on that whole entire leg. So I had to completely rebuild a whole brand new ruby. And she did it out of spite too, because she had to renew her account, and I told her that it was going to expire and that I would literally pay for it to be renewed so that her account wouldn't cancel, and she went in and canceled it anyways. And so it was she was doing it to be ugly. But guess what? I learned something from that. And I learned, number one, that if I want this promotion bad enough, not a single thing in this entire world can stop me. It doesn't matter how many people on my team quit. No one can stop me if I want this bad enough for myself. So guess what I did? I didn't promote in January like I wanted to. I promoted in February. If I had promoted in January, that would have been great. But because I promoted in February, they brought out $22,000 in bonuses. I promoted in February and got those bonuses. So sometimes God makes you wait so that you can understand and learn lessons in the midst of those problems, because now whenever people quit, I know that it's on them. It's not on me. It doesn't have any effect on, it doesn't have any reflection, I should say, on me. It's not because I did anything wrong or that I should have done this or that I didn't do this. That's completely on them if they don't want to run with this business. And that's okay. Some people are in this business for a season, whether it's a short season or a long season. And some people are going to be in this business for life. It's like Walmart. I've talked about that before. Hopefully y'all know what I'm talking about. So some people are going to do this for a while and some people won't. But I learned that in that, I was able to completely rebuild a brand new Ruby from scratch and fill every single distributor box myself and fill every single box to 400 myself. Not one single person on my team was working except for Macy, who's still in the business, the one person, and she was a 400 box. So she was already to 400. That was the only one I didn't have to worry about. I filled every single other box myself. But how bad do you want it? Whenever you look at your Ruby chart and every single person on your team has quit, how bad do you want it? It's your promotion. If you want it bad enough, you're going to go get it anyways. It doesn't matter if they quit. But on the flip side of that too, go find more people. Don't sit there and be content with how many distributors that you have and how many people that you have on your team just because your chart's filled in. Because there's something called stacking. There's something called moving, you can move your chart around. There's so many things you can do, but you've got to consistently be bringing new people in, because what would my business look like if I got to Diamond and I was like, all right, my chart's filled in, cool, we're going to stop here. Not going to sign any more distributors because now I'm good with my Diamond chart and I fill the whole thing out myself. Do you think that business, that what I had created would have lasted? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I kept bringing in new people, and guess who I found along the way? I found people like Zoe. I found people like Becca. I found people like Courtney, who enrolled Chloe, who enrolled Darian, who enrolled a lot of people that are on this Zoom right now, or Beth, or that whole leg, I found people like Morgan Gill, who's also a Diamond on our team. Found people like Allie and Cassie, because I didn't stop. Because I didn't sit there and say, oh, well, I've got my Diamond chart filled out, but everyone quit, so I'm stuck. It's a mindset, y'all. You have to get through that mindset, because your mindset will make or break your business 110% of the time. So if you're sitting there and you're like, all right, I'm stuck. I cannot sign distributors. I literally cannot sign a loyal customer. I'm struggling with this. I'm so stuck. If you keep saying those things over and over and over again, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be that, because your brain's like, oh, we're stuck? Okay, we're stuck. Got it. We're stuck. Your brain, you get to tell your brain what to think. You can literally change and shift your mindset with your words. If you start saying, I'm signing loyal customers left and right, I'm signing so many people, I literally cannot keep up with them. So many distributors want to join this business with me, and they're going to be runners and they're rock stars. And I'm so excited for where we're headed. I am going Ruby. And you start declaring all of these things. Guess what? Your brain starts to think, oh, okay, we're working hard. Oh, our team's on fire. Okay, we're excited. Okay, cool. So then you start to be all those things. You get to decide what you think and how you feel based on the words that you say. So don't say that you're stuck. Don't say that you're struggling. Put those words out of your mouth. Like, y'all know that song, Young, Dumb, and Broke? I refuse to listen to that song because I don't want to say those words over and over again. Young, dumb, and broke. No, I'm not. And I'm not going to speak that over myself. So, I mean, that's a really catchy song, so I like to listen to it sometimes. But, like, whenever I started listening to it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not saying this stuff over myself. I do not want to be young or dumb or broke. Well, I like to be young. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. So, hopefully that helps. Let's see. Okay, that was something that I already answered. And I really liked what Elisa said, and I don't know if y'all saw it, but she said, I'm the only one working on my team, and I don't even care because this is my promotion, so I'm going to put the work in. I need to get it. Everything that could go wrong for me this month has, but I know that the devil is trying to distract me because God has amazing things planned for me and my family. Don't give up because there's always a storm before the rainbow, and that is so true. So I love that you said that. I'm going to go through the questions on here, and then we can be done. I know that training changes all the time, but what is something that you always want your DTs to know? I always have them send me screenshots. That's the biggest thing. I always tell them, do not reply to anyone's messages without sending me a screenshot. Let me reply to them for you. Let me send you what to say. Why? Because I can seal the deal. And because I'm confident. I know how to seal the deal. I'm confident in these products. They're not yet, and that's okay, because I wasn't either whenever I joined. I didn't know what I was doing, but I've learned along the way. And so I want to help them get to where I am faster. And I can do that if I can take control of the situation. And they're going to then see how I reply, and they're going to start to wean themselves off of me and know how to reply on their own by saying those same things. And they're going to get a couple wins while I'm helping them, a couple customers, a lot of people interested, get some dates for people to sign up. And then they're going to be confident themselves. And that's going to show through in their messages whenever they start being on their own. So that's the biggest thing that I always do with my newbies. And we also do have a newbie training. If y'all have no clue what to do with your new people, get with your enroller, get with your leader, your upline. And then there's also that training in the file section on our team page. It's called new distributor training or something like that. So send those bullet points one at a time. How do you create layered leadership whenever you feel like you struggle to be a leader? Well, layered leadership is whenever you have multiple people on your team who are leading and you help them to be a leader. So I think the biggest thing for you is going to be personal development. Like, if you don't know how to be a leader, figure it out. And it's going to take, guess what, messing up a lot. And that's okay, because as a leader, you're not required to be perfect. You just have to learn from the mistakes that you made, because as a leader, oh my gosh, I make mistakes every single day. But I'm more of a leader now than I was back then, because I just learned from that. And I came to my team and I said, you know what, guys, I told y'all to do this. That sucked. Don't do that anymore. That was a mistake on my part. Like, I shouldn't have told y'all to do this. Like, whatever. Like, that probably wasn't the best idea. And then we learned from that as a team. And so you have to give yourself room to fail, and you have to give the leaders on your team room to fail. If you don't have leaders on your team yet, don't try to make them a leader. You'll know a leader whenever you see one. So don't stick people together with someone who is not a leader. If you're going for Ruby or Emerald, you may not have as big of layered leadership as you have whenever you're going presidential or even triple or ambassador. Right now, guys, we have amazing, amazing, amazing leaders on this team, but it wasn't always like that. So I had to try to find these people who I saw potential in. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're a leader. Not because of their rank, but because of their mindset. their attitude. That's what makes you a leader. And so I found those people and I was like, okay. And I keep finding those people. And so I'm like, all right, you have this potential. Like, let me work with you and let me pour everything that I have into you. And then if I ever move a distributor to that person, I'll introduce them and I'll say, you know what? I believe in you. I've already done their training for them. So go take over and go check in with them daily. Go hang out with them. Create that relationship with them. That's layered leadership. So if you feel like you struggle being a leader, that's the number one. You have to work on yourself before you can teach other people to do what you don't know how to do. How do you explain how important auto shipment is if a DT wants to promote but doesn't want to move volume until she reaches 150 PBV? She doesn't want to push very hard. I do not ever work with someone who does not have an auto shipment set up. Like, and I say work with them as in, like, I will never place a DT under someone without an auto shipment. I will not do it. I will never pour as much into someone who says, like, if all of y'all said, yeah, I want to go Ruby or I want to go Emerald, and then someone else was like, I want to too, but I don't have an auto shipment set up, I'd be like, all right, well, let me know what questions you have. Like, I'll help you, but you're not going to promote anyways because you're not even commissions qualified. Like, you aren't serious about this. If you are, you would have it set up. And it's not about the money, believe me, because if you want this bad enough, you're going to find the money for your auto shipment. It's not that hard. You got wraps in your starter kit. For every 2 LCs you sign up, you get a $25 box of wraps. You keep selling those long enough, you're going to make $75 in profit every single time, and that's going to cover the cost of your auto shipment. How do I know? Because I did that. Because I did not have the $100 to pay for my auto shipment. So I found a way. And guess where it got me? Got me here. Because I have my own personal testimony. I have my own personal results. You're not going to sign people. You're not going to take, people aren't going to take you seriously if you're not even using the products. You're in this business for 9 months. And somebody's like, what's your favorite product? You're like, I don't know. I don't actually use the products. I just sell them. You should use them though. I've heard they're great. Really? Like, nobody's going to order from you like that. You know, that's why whenever you work at a boutique, they tell you to wear their clothes. That's why whenever you work at a shoe store, you have to buy Nikes, because I worked at Finish Line. And I wore Nikes because they didn't want me wearing heels whenever I worked at Finish Line. So that's why you get employee discounts whenever you work at a restaurant, because they want you to eat their food. So same thing. How do you follow up with a PLC on order days? I literally 9 out of 10 times follow up. My PLC doesn't respond. Sometimes that's just because they just don't respond. Sometimes they change their mind. So you just keep following up. But I literally, y'all, I've decided like recently to make my follow-ups so simple, because guess what? Whenever you send like this long message, you're like, oh, that was so good. I was so well thought out. It took me like 10 minutes to think that message. It was so good. And then you copy and paste that to a bunch of people, they're going to be like, this girl copied and pasted that text to me. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. So if you send something super simple, like, hey, girl, are you still interested? So much better. You're going to get more responses that way. So whenever it's time for them to order, they were like, yeah, I'm going to order on Friday. Well, number one, y'all just have the new tip to get their information ahead of time. So you should already have their information. But let's hypothetically say that you don't. I would say, hey, Beth, I'm so excited to help you order your cleanse and your greens today. You're going to love them so much. I literally just drank my greens and I was thinking about you, and I cannot wait to help you order your products. When is a good time for me to send you the order form today, and we'll go ahead and get you started? First thing that pops in your head, whatever sounds like you, that's what you need to say. So, and then if you have their information already, that makes it even easier. Hopefully somebody sent you the order form. It's also on the team page. Organizations that talks a lot, struggling to get organized. Look up Getting Organized by Sydney Stapleton. That's a video that I use. Like, that's a system that I use. Sorry, I have allergies, but anyway, so that's a system that I use, so that might help you. There was also a tip on our Monday night team Zoom that she talks about that I think would be really helpful too. Some people just aren't organized. Like, some people don't need it. So if you're not an organized person, don't feel like you have to change that about you and be super organized, because what people that are not organized, which I do not understand that at all. Like, I am so organized. Like, everything I have is organized. I have lists of lists I need to make. But some people that aren't organized told me, they're like, I was spending so much time trying to become organized and being something that I'm not, that I was literally wasting time I could have been spending on the business. So like, there are people that are top income earners. Tiffany Her is one that I think about off the top of my head. She said it herself that she's not organized, and she literally just has people's names in her phone, and if she's talking to them, it'll just say PLC with like a green heart. So on a certain day of the week, like on a Friday, she'll just type in her search messages, and she'll just type in a green heart, and she'll just find all the people that she talked to that week and just follow up with them that way. So if you're not organized, don't feel like you have to be. If you are organized, keep trying different methods that you think that you think might work or that you've heard, and then try it. And if it doesn't work, try something else. Captivate stresses me out sometimes. Don't know who to follow. Follow guys. Like go to guys' pages to find followers. Like if you go to like Harry Styles' page, you're going to find a lot of like 12-year-olds. So I'm not actually telling you to go to his page. But if you go to somebody like Harry Styles, you're going to find a lot more girl followers than you would for a girl who's like in a sorority and she posts pictures in a bikini. She probably has mostly guy followers or guys that like her pictures, right? So I got that too. So start following guys more, and don't let it stress you out. Don't overthink it. That's what we do so many times over in this business. We just overthink stuff. Don't overthink it. Literally, me on Captivate, I go and I'm like, she's cute, follow. And sometimes it's a total wash and sometimes it's great. You just don't know. Don't overthink it. Just follow people. Okie dokie. Oh, I never say like, okay, so somebody said, I've tried sending the order form to reserve the spot, and I always ask before I send the order form if that sounds good to them. Then they always say yes, but whenever I send the form, they never reply. I send it all at the same time. I don't ask. I just tell them. Like, it's like if your mom was like, hey, do you want to go clean your room? You'd be like, nah, not really. But if she was like, hey, go clean your room, you would go clean it. So same thing if she was like, do you want to clean your room now or do you want to clean your room later? Well, you would pick later. Why? You're not doing anything right now, but just later sounds better because we always like to procrastinate. So same thing with people ordering. They would always rather order later than right now, and they would always rather like if you tell them, okay, we're going to order, they're like, okay. They don't know that there's another option. So that's what I always do, and it's not pushy. It's just very professional, and it's very cut straight to the point, very fast, very simple, and it keeps their attention. Because if you lose their attention, then they're probably not going to respond back to you. So I always say like, okay, great. I'm going to reserve your spot for you. All I need from you is for you to send me the info on the highlighted portion of the order form. Whenever you send me that, I will then be able to reserve your spot so you get my discount. And right now I'm saying you get my discount, the free shipping, and then the extra free product from the company. Super excited for you. I'm going to text you on Friday before I place the order, and then I'll send you a confirmation whenever I'm done. No questions. Didn't say, is that cool? Sound good? Want to send it now? Want to send it later? Nope. Just told them to send it. And they're like, okay. And then they send it. I've had that happen like 3 or 4 times whenever they can't order on the spot. Yes, there is a video on how to project volume on the team page. Well, if you go diamond right now, you can get the $10,000 bonus just because it's there right now. So even like, I mean, Elisa's out of her 3 months, but if she went diamond this month, she'd get the $10,000 bonus. Like, I've been in the business for longer than 3 months, but if I go Prez right now, I'm going to get that bonus. Okay. Yep. All right. So that script, are you talking about the one of, the order form? Okay. I'll send it in the chat. That way y'all can save it. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful. And if y'all have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I'll let y'all go because this is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but hopefully it was helpful. I'm super grateful for y'all. I'm so excited for you this month. This is an amazing month. Okay. So no matter how you feel, work based on what you want. And this is so doable. I want y'all to know that. Like, you can do this. You can go Ruby. You can go Emerald. And you're worthy of that. You're so worthy of that. So don't let your negative thoughts or people or whatever get into your head and think like, okay, I can't do this, or start to second guess yourself. Don't do that. Don't tell yourself you're struggling. Don't say you're stuck. Don't even let those words come out of your mouth. Do personal development. Keep it simple and take the tips that I gave you tonight, and you're going to go Ruby. You're going to go Emerald, but you have to decide right now that there's no other option. Okay? I love y'all very, very, very much. If I didn't, I wouldn't take my time out of my day to do this. So I believe in y'all. Okay? I'm so excited. I'll send y'all those scripts, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.